Right. So on request, we are doing the November 2024 paper one, variant one. We did that last time. We only attempted exercises one and four. So this time we are doing exercises two and three. Right. So here's you've got four texts, and it's about an activity these young people did to earn some pocket money when they were younger. Right, so the headings there, activities we did to earn pocket money when we were young. You've got four people, and interestingly, they've given like a heading of what they did. So Colette was sweeping leaves, Bilal was cutting the grass, Anna was washing cars, and Deruis was doing shopping. Now, I'll leave it over here, right? And in fact, I'll zoom in a bit. So here are the first two. Go ahead and take a read, and when you're done, let me know. So I'll scroll to the other two, and then we can take a look at the questions. All right.
Okay.
Here's the other part of the text. Okay. Now, I earlier I used to like suggest to you to take a second guess as to the answer if I thought it was incorrect. This time I won't be helping out, so you're just going to find the answers and we'll be checking them all in one go at the end. So if you do make a mistake, we'll revisit that later on. Okay. So here are the
Okay.
questions. Obviously attempting one at a time. So the first question is, which person explains what they did with the money they earned? What they did with the money they earned. So if you want me to focus on a particular text, I don't know if you'll be able to see if I zoom out enough. Are you able to? Is that readable for you?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll keep it that way. So when you found an answer, obviously note it down. Yeah, so what's your response? A, B, C, or
C.
D? C?
Yes.
All right. Next is mention something that affected which activity they did. Something that affected the activity they did. Okay. Uh, you're asking if it's D. I can't tell you, as I mentioned, right? So you need to make that choice, and we'll take a look at it at the end. So do you want to select D as your answer?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, describes a technical skill they learned which has helped other people. A technical skill they learned which has helped other people.
B.
B?
No, B. Bilal.
Yeah, Bilal, right? B. Okay. Then we have gives a reason why they stopped doing the activity. A reason why they stopped.
So could you repeat the question?
It's question D, gives a reason why they stopped doing the activity. So, what activity they were doing for pocket money? Why did they stop doing?
D.
Okay. Then we have describes some advice they received about how to do the activity. Advice they received about how to do the activity.
A.
Okay. Your tone is questioning, not helping you out.
No,
Okay.
it's
So,
A.
yeah. Okay. Admits getting into trouble for not doing the activity correctly at first. Getting into trouble for not doing the activity correctly at first.
B.
Then we have mentions preferring to do the activity with someone, doing it with someone.
C.
Says they learned an important life lesson. Learning an important life lesson.
A.
And finally, compares different people's experiences of doing the activity.
D.
D. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's all of that. Let's check your answers. We have C and then there's A. So that's wrong. You said D. It should be A. We'll take a look at that. Then we have B, D, A, D, C, A, D. So you got 8 out of 9. That's good. Second one is incorrect. It should be A. You said D. So what was the second question again? Mention something that affected which activity they did. Now, first of all, why did you choose D? What in
In D, there's when school got busier and I was also trying to improve my tennis skills. I didn't have time to do the shopping trips.
Yeah, but I think you chose that as the response for the other question that is gives a reason why they stopped doing the activity. So the question, see, there's a difference between B and D. D is why they stopped doing the activity, so they were doing it, but they later stopped. B is what something that affected which activity they did. Which activity meaning that they could do this and not that one. For some reason, right? They could do one and not the other. Okay, whereas this one is they were doing it but they had to stop. So the tennis thing, I like if you're using the same thing twice, sort of like you should be like right, maybe I'm missing something, because I'm sure for the stopping, giving a reason for stopping doing what the activity is the tennis thing over here, right? You must have used the same line to get that answer. So why is it A? It's A because right, her brother used to take out the rubbish, right? And she wanted to do it as well, but her mom said that she was too small to carry the rubbish, right? But she could sweep the leaves and it was difficult. And so, that's the other question, that they received some advice on how to do it. So that's the small brush part. So it was basically that the rubbish was too heavy for her, or she was too small for the rubbish, right? And so looking at the question again, mention something that affected which activity you did. So her being small affected the activity that she could not take the rubbish out, but she could sweep the leaves. So that would make it A. All right.
Okay.
So we're done with that. Now this one's about making notes. Can I just slightly zoom in? I think I just can. So this article is about virtual online tours offered by many museums, right? And then you have to make notes. So just read the text first, right? Visiting a museum online, Melissa Jackson learns more about the planning behind an online tour. And so, right, you can barely read the first line, which is fine, I guess. The whole thing's on display. Once you're done reading, let me know, and then we move to the question. Okay. So here's the question. Imagine you're going to give a talk to your classmates about virtual online tours offered by museums. Use words from the article to help you write some notes. Make short notes under each heading. Now, you can choose to attempt these separately, or you could like one by one, or you could do them together. It's up to you. Tell me what we'll be doing. Right, you have to find 3 points for reasons why people go on a virtual tour of a museum, and 4 points for advice given by a designer of virtual tours. Will you be attempting these all together, or will you be doing them one by one?
One by one.
Okay. So the first is reasons why people go on a virtual tour of a museum. Right. Here's the text again. So once you found your notes, let me know, and then we can take a look at the other. I'll be sharing the answers all together at the end.
by the internet, no one blocks your view.
Could be. I mean, I'll just tell you this much, that if they're asking for three reasons, then there are probably four, right? So in this case, right, the reason I'm not, giving you suggestions is, in an exam, you're on your own, right? Now we don't have a timer running over here, but you're on your own. So if you are finding your points, and like I told you, right, the mark scheme has four of those points. You need three. If, for example, you're finding four or more, then choose the ones that you are most confident about, or you feel that, well, these are the safe choices. All right.
Okay. One of them is nowadays many museums offer different online tours which are suitable for a range of interests. And the next one is some people prefer listening to information rather than reading it.
So if I scroll carefully, right, so those are right. No one blocks your view, so that's the one. And what are the other ones that you mentioned again? Sorry.
The interest thing. And can you go back to the text?
Yeah.
The many museums offer different online tours which are suitable for a range of interests.
Yeah. So that's one of the points. So no one blocking your view and range of interests. That's 2 points. And what was the third one that you mentioned?
Some people prefer listening to information.
That is not a point given over here. Right. So I mean, you probably must have looked at, like, peeked at what the answers I showed. If not, that's better. But you could try again. So you got two of the points. You need one more.
That everyone is in the same room as you.
Well, the given point is that it's not crowded. So virtual tours are not crowded. And so that's a plus point. Right? So the 4 points, if you're seeing that on screen, yes, you are that there's no queue or no need to wait. No one's blocking your view, so you got that. Not crowded, which we just mentioned, and then a suitable range of interests, or tours for range of interests. Okay, so that's for the reasons why people go on a virtual tour for a museum. Next up, you have to find 4 points for advice given by a designer of virtual tours. So advice given by a designer of virtual tours. You find four pieces of advice. Now again, they're mentioning four. That means there are five possible points in the text. You need four of them, right? So once you found them, let me know, and then we can take a look at the answers. Right. So what are the points that you found?
Um, One is that many museum its target audience. It's vital to think carefully about a target audience.
Okay.
Then all information should be accurate.
Hmm.
Then simple things such as viewing a sculpture online can be improved by making sure you take photographs of an item from all sides.
Okay.
Then uh, yeah, uh, another really popular feature is that you are able to access links to extra information about objects you're interested in, and avoid having too many inform. avoid having too many details on the screen.
Okay, so you found 5 of them.
Yes.
Okay, so let's peek at the answers. All right, what is this? Um, so the access link to extra information is actually given as point number 5 for the reasons why people go on virtual tours. So that's interesting. And they've also given all of this as except things people can see or do when on a virtual tour. So researching detailed information, completing a homework project, explores what's on offer, finish paintings. Okay, so let's take a look at this part. So advice given by designer is thinking about target audience. That is correct. Ensure all information is accurate. That is correct. Photographs of an item from all sides. That is correct. Avoid having too many details on screen. So that is correct. So you get your 4 points. And add audio description. So what you right, it sort of flipped. You, I believe, mentioned adding audio descriptions, or like people prefer listening to things than reading them. That's what you said. And so that's over here for the advice part. And the links for extra information is right actually a reason why people would like to go on a virtual tour rather than a physical one. Anyway, you do get your 4 marks, and with that we are done. Right, so you already attempted the last one. I believe it was about the snowboarder. Let's take a look. Yeah, UK snowboarder. So we've already attempted the writing tasks from this paper, and so I'll dig something up, something else, and assign that to you. And so you can do that over before next class. We can have a review session, and we can also start with speaking. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll see you next time, inshallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.